Start recording. Give it some buffer. Alright. So we'll hit 2 and get things back into play. Actually, we'll hit 3, get things rolling. We're going to build everything out of brick walls, because Iron Hornet likes brick walls. And now you can see that our planning is still mostly there. When you put a wall over a planned wall, it erases the plan. So you might look at it and it doesn't look quite right as the way you planned it, you think, but it's actually still there. It's just the wall is built. That can sometimes cause some issues, like this. Okay. Just right click and delete those. Oh, we got our first section built. Cool. They're hacking away. We got 13 hours to get our prisoners in. Alright, that'll build. We'll slow it down here. Nice. So we've got the foundations of our prison. So let's save it there. Save prison. We'll call it Tutorial Prison Day 1, 7 p.m. Foundations. Okay. So now we're going to go into materials, get our brick wall, and we're going to make some actual just walls. A lot of these things you probably won't use until much later in the game when you're very stable. They all cost money. Fences are pretty important. Perimeter walls, I haven't ever even touched those. I've made 4 prisons now. Concrete wall is the alternative wall to brick wall, although fences also work. So I suppose you could make a fence that was entirely made out of, or a prison that was made entirely out of fences. God, that'd be cruel. So let's put in some of our drawings with brick walls. Brick walls and concrete walls cost the same. It is purely for aesthetics that there is a difference between them, so far as I know. Yeah, baby, get to work. We've got 11 hours. We're going to work through the night. If you get really, really specific, you see how there's lights all through here. You can dismantle these lights by selecting it and clicking dismantle. Game volume down, sure, you got it. It's mostly because I'm zoomed in. When I zoom out, it gets much quieter, so I'll try to stay out a little bit further while I'm doing this design, just for you. I gotcha. So I can move this up to here and make that easier to hear me. Why not? Why not? I'm sure that's much better. Thank you for the tips in making the stream and recording better. Alright, this eventually will be a hallway to a new section. We want to wall up. Alright. So now that our prison is under construction, it's on its way. We're gonna go and set some rooms. So the first thing that we want to do is actually, yeah, we'll set rooms first. Oh wait, this was my holding cell, right? So we'll make our holding cell because that's what we need first in our detention center. We'll put it right there. It needs a toilet and a bench. So we're gonna go to objects. We're gonna find a bench. We're gonna put a bench there. We're gonna put a bench there. And we're gonna put a couple of toilets in there as well. So these guys are going to go out and find the toilet. Oh, she's got it. Deliveries come instantly to the delivery point. I think. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I've put deliveries in other places and they don't seem to work right. So I just leave it up by the road. It's not too bad when you build your prison right next to the road. My second prison that I built was way out here. Ugh, it's a bummer. I probably could have just closed this off right here instead. Save some space, but that's fine. So we've got that almost built and ready. So let's now... So we want this to be an outdoors yard. So if you take the bulldoze and you bulldoze some land, this will now become exterior. We want a door there, and there. Now there's different types of doors in the game. A simple door, anyone can open it. Anyone can go in, anyone can go out. It's nice for like public areas, like yards and stuff. Solitary door is the strongest door. You put this over solitary confinement or in front of the armory. A staff door, but it costs 500. It's quite a bit. A staff door can only be used by members of the staff, but it's fairly easy to break down. So we're gonna put doors there, and there for our offices and our storage. We're also gonna put a second staff door into our power supply. I don't want anybody breaking in there, and I'd rather try to break free than break my power. We're going to put a jail door here because this needs to be a tough door. It goes into our administration, and they are wandering around right here. I'm not going to actually... What you should do as a tip is you should build your jail doors last, because these guys can't... Workmen can't open jail doors. They can only open staff doors. A jail door keeps prisoners and staff out. So we're going to leave this locked and open for now, so that my guys can pass through it freely. And I think they actually stay open, like see all these doors stay open until prisoners arrive. They'll all close in a minute. So because we're not working, we're going to pause for a second. We've got 7 hours to go. Our foundation is mostly in place. We need to designate our yard right here. You know what I didn't think about is showers. I didn't think about showers. So what we can do, we don't need a huge storage, so we can put showers right here instead. So we'll make storage 6 by... Well, maybe we should just end it at the wall and then make the shower big. It's going to be housing a lot of people, so we'll do that. We'll do materials, we'll do a brick wall in between the two. We're going to demolish a couple of walls so that we can open up the showers to entryway. Make them too wide like that. Too wide entry on both edge. And then we will specify that as a shower. Right there. Now a shower needs a shower head. So we'll go to objects, we'll hit play so that they can start building this stuff. I'm going to put a sprinkler head in here. So these were our door openings. So we'll put sprinklers like this. I don't get to be even about it, do I? It's alright. What we're going to do is spread it out like that and then like that. I also like to put a bench in my shower. I read once that it gives them a place to sit if they don't want to shower. Everything takes place in the schedule in hour increments, and I think that a shower only takes a half hour. They also need to shit when they're in the shower, so we're going to put some toilets in there too, because they are dirty motherfuckers. Dirty. We're going to have to figure out the plumbing for all that. So we put a bunch of showers and toilets there. There, and there. We might as well just do this. Yeah, so showers are all covered at this point. These walls will get broken down. Okay, so I need a shower, I need a holding cell. I got the holding cell. Oh, these guys need a toilet too. So we'll do large pipe, small pipe, and we'll connect it there. So, good, okay. So we've got shower on the way, we've got a holding cell will be completed soon. It just auto-saved, I think. We'll pause for a second until we can finish out the building of our canteen and kitchen. So let's go into rooms. We'll find our canteen. This is where the prisoners eat. There we go. We need a kitchen behind it. I like to use a 2x2 kitchen. because everything takes... The only thing that doesn't take a 2x2 is the sink, but the fridge and the cooker both take 2x2s, and we should be able to feed enough with just this space for a small kitchen for this canteen. So in order to appeal, we need objects, we need serving table, a bench, and a regular table. So we'll get a table, we'll get our benches, 4x4s. This holds 16 prisoners, so we only have 8 right now, so we'll still have, this will still feed another expansion once we get more prisoners, so that's pretty cool. We need a serving table. We'll stick that right there. I'm going to put a staff door here because there is stuff within the kitchen that the prisoners should not have, and if they can get in there, they'll steal it. We need a sink. We'll put a sink there. We need a fridge. Put a fridge there. And we need a couple of cookers. So actually, let's cancel that. We'll put a cooker, and a sink, and then we can still fit one more thing in there if we need to. Nice. Okay, we will need to power it and give it. So the sink was in the center there. We'll do that, and then we'll power up like this to there. And I think that will hit all of those because they're all touching. All those spaces are touching, so they will all receive power from this space, from that line. Okay, we'll hit 1, get them working. Next we need some canteen kitchens. So guards and cooks, now that we've got this all set up and ready to build, we're ready to get that 10,000. Nice. Because the 2 guards and the 2 cooks we will hire when the prisoners arrive. Sweet. We need some administration, so shower just got completed. It's got a shower head and a oh, one other thing that we have to do. We need some drains. So, the rooms drain. You can't just put a drain underneath the shower; it'll spill out. You could encase it, so I could put drain, 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 drain. Or what you could do is you could just put it at the entry of the room, and the water will stop at the drain as it tries to flow out. Okay. So we need some offices, so we will go to rooms, we'll go to office, and we'll designate these as office spaces. There we go. What do we need for offices? So we need office desk, chair, and filing cabinet. So we'll go to objects. If you zoom in on a room, or if you get close to it or select it, it'll highlight the things that that room requires to function. So we'll put a filing cabinet in here, we'll put a office desk there, we'll put a chair right there. That'll be our warden's office. If you want to get really fancy, you can put like windows in. If you go to, no, it's under objects, put a large window for your guy, just a basic window for my warden. I don't know why they don't have other types of windows. It's just those. Okay. I'm also going to make a room for my accountant, so I'm going to get more objects, get another filing cabinet. I'll stick it right there. Need an office desk. Turn it around so it looks right. There we go. So now we can hire our things. As soon as this finishes our first office, once it gets filled with the chair, actually what I can do now is I'll go to staff, I'll get my warden, and I'll stick him in there. He needs an office, but he will be able to get an office in a second. So now, we're going to pause it. We're going to pause it because we're going to get into bureaucracy now that we have a warden. It's 4:30 in the morning. We're going to do a quick save. Turtoil, prison, day 2, 5 a.m. And we're going to I don't know how to spell bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. I don't remember. Bureau. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Fuck. Anyways, you go to bureaucracy, and this is bureaucracy. Within bureaucracy, we have to hire these different people to do different functions to advance our prison. Finance is the first one that you want to get. This allows you to manage your finances. You can get bank loans, you can get tax relief, you can get an extra grant. Right now we can only do the 2 grants at a time. So if we go to grants, we can only do these 2. I need to raise more. You do that through bureaucracy. You get your prisoner. So we're going to click her. It's going to take 6 hours to get the finance her, to search her. You can only do 1 at a time, so I can't do psychology or maintenance as well, which I want to do. I want to get maintenance. Security is really good as well. Security lets you manage your guards a lot better. So let's see. How are utilities? Water's not flowing. This is not getting power. Got it. Okay. So those will get that. That's gonna work. This needs to be secluded, so we need some doors. We'll put jail doors on the holding cell. It's 5. We have 2 hours to get our cells up and running. So let's pause. Let's pause at this point to set up cells. Looks like our storage is getting really full too. So for cells, we're going to need a few things. First, let's designate the cells. Those are all cells, and those are the cells. There's a few things that we need in cells, namely just a bed and toilet. It's always in the upper left, so it's pretty easy to get. We're going to have them poop right by their face. Let's get beds, beds, beds. There we go. Fuck. Toilet, 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 toilet. Bed, 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 bed. Once those get filled with the stuff, then I'm going to put the doors on, because remember, like I said, the doors will shut on if a worker needs to get into a room to do something, maintenance, put something in, he has to get through the jail door. He needs an officer to come by and open the door for him. In the beginning of the game, it doesn't really matter that much because everything is open until your prisoners arrive. But later in the game, it becomes annoying, and your officers are having to leave patrols to go do it, and it's a big mess. Oh, I gotta change this. There we go. Okay. So those are going in. I've got... That's finished, so I can put one there, put one there. Wait till those get finished. So... I need an hour. We'll start hiring our staff. First thing that we need are a couple of guards. We'll do 1, 2, 3 guards. We will need a cook. We'll do 2 cooks to get the achievement, and bam, 10,000. So I got my 2 guards, my 2 cooks, and everything else, 2,000. I'm trying to unlock finance through bureaucracy and to hire an accountant. It's on the way right now. That'll be a little bit. So let's pause. Just a second. And let's take a look at our grants again, because we just finished that one. So now we have a few more that we can do. Prison maintenance, we're going to work on that a little bit later. We need a maintenance foreman. We have to get that through bureaucracy. Visitation rights, we will need a way for our prisoners to meet their families. Visitation room, we need 3 visitors tables within that room. We need a common room for the prisoners to be able to call their friends and their family on the telephones, of which we need 5. I don't know why they let prisoners just call willy-nilly, but you can tap it later, so that's fun. Security procedure, we need 10 security guards and a security chief, that's a ways off. Education reform program, we need classrooms, that's a ways off. Staff well-being, this one we need 5 guards and a staff room. That one's we can do. We can probably do that because we've already got 3 guards. All that we need is a staff room, and then make sure that they're not exhausted. And as long as we have enough to give them a break, we're going to be okay. So we need to design a staff room. So we'll open this up. I think what I'll do is I'll attach it to the warden's office. We'll attach it right behind. We'll put a staff room right there. That way this guy, this guy, this guy can all go to the staff room. Staff room, it has a requirement. What does it look like? Where is it? Staff room. Staff room requirements, minimum 4x4. So we need to have a 4x4 space and a drink machine and a wide soda machine. Wide sofa, excuse me. So let's get our pathways. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4x4. We'll put our wall up. Boom, just like that. So now what we can do is we need it to be foundation, so we'll get brick and we'll bump it. We don't want to do this. If we did this, it would destroy the wall and make it one big open space. We just want to keep the wall and not build our wall there. And then what we can do is demolish that wall so that we can build a staff door. So if they get into this office, which is going to be my security chief, I think, if they get in here, they'll still have to go through to get to the break room. Cool. Okay, so things are coming along. We need some more doors. These are all finished being built, so we can close those up. Alright, cool. So we've got prisons for our... Oh, they're going to be here in 17 minutes. It's okay. They can go to the holding cell until our cells are ready. Let's close this. After this guy walks through. Actually, we don't have to because it's not going to do anything yet. 3 minutes until they're here. I think we're ready. We're ready for our first prisoners. Sweet. So let's designate our staff room now into here. It needs those objects. We need a wide sofa. I gotta really, those trees are indoors. Okay, it's still working. Still working. We need a drink machine. I can't even put anything in. Put it right here. And those are the only two things that it needs: drink machine, soda. So here's our first prisoner. Tries. Matt tries. What's he did? Sentenced to 3 years for multiple crimes, including driving under influence, perjury, and drunk disorderly behavior. 8 years. 8 years he's going to be here. I don't really know how the time works for how long they stay per day is to their year. It's not a one-to-one. Johnny Dutchman. This bastard got sent to prison for robbing the jewelry store and growing a beard. He still has that beard. For growing a beard, you might think, but he murdered his whole family with that beard. Luckily, his beard got shaved a bit before he was sent to prison. Sentenced to 3 years for violent disorder. What a bastard. Ed Mokanachi, sentenced 11 years for carjacking. Jeez. Sentenced to 4 years for aggravated theft. Vehicle theft. 4 years, Tim Rowe. Sentenced to 4 years for multiple crimes, including assaulting an officer and assaulting an officer. 7 years. Adam Beckwith. 4 years for violent disorder. Welcome to Turtoil Prison. One thing I'm going to do is to adjust... I'm going to pause the game real quick. And I'm going to kind of set up my deliveries and movement. So one thing that you can do is paving stone makes walking speed fast. So we can put paving stone in front of our prison, and all of our guys that walk on it will move faster in this area. And then what we can do is delete our deliveries and garbage. I want to see where that pathway was going to be, so we'll put this down. And then we'll put rooms. We want deliveries right next to there. Make it a 5 by 8. And then garbage 5 by 8. There we go. So that's a little bit more balanced. I like that. I'm a little particular about that because I don't know. I'm weird. It doesn't make sense. We can put some pretty lights up. Where's our lights? Lights? No. We need some utilities. status light? Oh, wired connections to wired objects. Oh, so this gives you... You can do like circuitry and logic stuff in here. I'm not really sure how it works though. That's beyond me. We're just doing basic tutorials. Just basic tutorials. So I think I heard the bell. Nope. So 20 minutes until we get... I need these guys, but I also need these things. I think I'm going to do that and not that one first. I need a security chief before I get maintenance. 5 minutes on finance. We're going to stick her in her office. It's going to be great. I should probably get my security chief's office ready while we're waiting. Filing cabinet. There we go. This guy needs to get in. You can open doors by right-clicking. That'll allow you to let people through if they need to be through. Really what I should do is I should connect the staff hallway to kitchen. Maybe from the staff room around around these guys. Once I build it. Interesting. Okay. What else do we need? I need 5 guards assigned, so let's just pick up the next 2 guards. Cha-ching, cha-ching, and get that 10,000. 10,000 minus 1,000, so really it was only 9,000 because they cost 10,000 or 500 each to hire. I have to feed the prisoners. We're making food. The red bar is how many prisoners we need. The green bar is how many meals we have prepared. So we will be able to feed them today. 8 more prisoners arriving in 20 hours. So we should probably, while everything is kind of working its way through the day, we can start setting up our next set of prisoners, which are going to move into this area here. We can clear that. This all is finished being built, so we can clear that stuff. Clear, clear, clear. Good. I think what I'll do is I'll just make it a double block right away instead of having to build foundation down south. Oops. There we go. That looks good. I'll do that like that. So what I'll do is I'll build a brick wall here, and then the foundation for a brick like that, and it should all work together. I will also need to demolish this wall, but I will wait to demolish walls until my foundation is finished being built. That way nobody will escape. Okay, I've unlocked finance through bureaucracy. I need an accountant. Cha-ching! There she is. So let's get an accountant and let's stick her in here. Ching. Good. Now she's in her accountant's office. So now we can take a look at finances. Now finances is kind of a big deal. So we're gonna pause the game. We're gonna save the game. Tutorial prison. Spelling bureau wrong. Day. Still day 2. It is 4 p.m. and we're looking at finances. Oh, pause it again. Every time you come out of a save, it plays again. So we're going to go to reports. We're going to take a look at a few of our stuff that we can take a look at now. The bottom is valuation. The valuation of your prison. This takes into the bricks and mortar, the actual foundations of your prisoners, of your prison. The fixtures and fittings, those make up a pretty large majority, so that's 30, 40, 42,000 of the 50,000 is just the contents of my prison. Stock and materials, this is the stuff that I have in storage. That's worth a pretty penny, 5,000. Staff is worth 5,000. Prisoner capacity, for each cell that you have set up and ready to accept a prisoner, you get half of that times 1,000, so 4,000 for 8 capacity prisoner. So of course the bigger your prison, the more you can hold, the more your prison is worth. So being more efficient with your bricks and mortar for prisoner capacity is of course a good idea. the cash is the big one. 4,400 I have on hand. But they also take away your starting grant. They devalue your prison if you were to sell it today. You have to have at least 50,000 value. You have to have an accountant. You have to have 20 prisoners, no recent deaths, and no recent escapes to be able to sell. You can also sell shares in your prison to get loans or to get money. So my prison is not worth a ton. It's only worth 50,000 minus cash reserves. So I could sell shares for 10% of my prison value, which is just $556. It's not. That's going to hire a guard. So I won't sell any shares now. It's not worth anything. Finance, this is telling you your daily cash flow, which you can see right here. You've got your income, your expenses, and the subtraction between the two. Right now we have a bunch of workmen and guards are taking up the most of our expenses, but we've got standard prisoner grants, which is 800. We get 100 per normal prisoner, 200 for maximum capacity prisoner, and 50 for a minimum security prisoner. Federal grant is 2,000. I think that's just the money that they give you. I don't think it ever changes. You also have taxes. We start at 30% corporate tax. So if we go into bureaucracy under the finance minister, where we can make her do stuff, each branch, of these branches can do their own research. So like the warden can research any of these guys on his own, and this guy can do this one on his own, and this guy can do these ones on his own, and this guy can do these ones on his own. So it's good to get these guys up quick with your warden so that you can start researching. The first thing that we're going to do is get the extra grant. The extra grant is really valuable because it allows you to get 3 grants. Right now we can only do 2. We're not even using 2 right now, but because every time you complete a grant you get a new grant most of the time. These are the ones that you can have. These are the ones you've finished, and these are the ones that you can do. So we'll take a look at grants in a minute. We're still looking at finances. So we want our grants. Land expansion, this is something that you won't get until much later in the game when your prison is beyond your capacity. You can purchase any of the lands on either cardinal direction. I haven't done that yet. I haven't needed to. My prisons haven't gotten that big, but I usually build on large. I think this is a small. So it kind of depends on your prison and how you start it. Go away, Zeno. Shift tab. I don't want to. Okay, there we go. So let's go back to finance. We've taken a look at our taxes. No, we haven't. Bureaucracy. Tax relief right down here. Tax relief allows you to get 15% tax reduction. So you cut it in half. And there's also the offshore tax haven, which costs 50,000, but it reduces your corporate tax to 1%. So that's much later in the game when you're worth like 300,000. Bank loan, this allows you to get loans from the bank. Micromanagement and prison policy we'll talk about later once we get to there. Maintenance allows us to get janitors and groundskeeping. Don't bother about clones, it's kind of stupid, it's kind of broken. You can try it out, it's only 1,500. And prison labor allows us to put our prisoners into work, doing laundry, working in the kitchen, stuff like that. Education allows us to teach classes. Health allows us to, hire doctors, get a morgue, get an infirmary. This, if a prison riot happens, we can heal up some dudes. Psychology, this allows us to see the needs. This is a pretty important one to get soon as well. After security's finished, I'm actually going to get him, and then I'll get my maintenance. The ones that need offices are finance, warden, security, maintenance, and psychology. You can have multiple psychologists. They will need each need their own office, and they can do classes with the prisoners to help with their drug and alcohol addiction. And we'll take a look at micromanagement and prison policy later. Programs, these are all locked right now. Don't worry about programs for now. This is the stuff that you can do for workshops, getting your prisoners into the kitchens, making stuff within the workshop. So you get the workshop safety, then you can do carpentry. Foundation education allows you to do basic classes. We'll look at those when we need to. This first prison probably won't need it that much. Grants, we already know grants. We're trying to get these. I need a prison capacity of 15. That one I'm going to put on the list because once these are done, I'm going to be able to hold 16 because I need to hold this second 8 prisoners. So that one will be done fairly soon, and it's worth 2,000. We get 2,000 off the bank. Health and well-being. I need a medical ward. Prison maintenance. This one's probably going to come up pretty soon. Visitation rights, not for a little while. Security procedure certification. 10 security guards. Education, short-term investment, long-term investment. The short-term investment, long-term investments are just like they lock up your grants. Because I'm going to get a 3rd grant soon, I am going to start the short-term investment. We lose 5,000, but we'll get 16,000 in 72 hours. So it's going to take 3 days to get my 16 grand, but by then I will have my grant unlocked by my finance minister, so then I can tinker with the other ones, like getting prison maintenance. Cool. So those are, yeah, that's financing and grants. I think I will pause for a minute and make this a nice segue into finishing construction of my cell blocks, getting new prisoners, and delving into security because I'm going to be hiring him soon as well.